Welcome race fans and welcome here to Las Vegas for round number 3 of the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. We are live here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, getting ready of the Kobalt Tools 427 laps of racing we have for you today. Starting on the front row are two drivers who know how to go to victory lane at Las Vegas, that being the 24 Jeff Gordon and the 18 of Kyle Busch. They make up the front row. Starting on row 2, we got the 78 of Martin Truex, his best start of the season, and the 15 of Clint Bowyer will start in 4th. Row 3, we got Casey Kane in the 5 and Greg Biffle, who was the fastest in practice. He will start 6th. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Austin Dillon, Justin Allgaier, and Jimmy Johnson will complete the top 10. Now let's take you through the field and show you the rest of your starting lineup. We have one driver did not make the field. That was 19 of Jeff Green. Now we're going to go check in on a driver who is, some people might think he is pretty much retired from full-time driving, making his first start of the season here today. That being the 56 of Jeff Burton. He will start in 20th in that 56. So we'll see how he can do in his first start of the season. He is scheduled to drive at least maybe 13 to 15 races, sharing the ride with Michael Waldrop. So that's pretty much for all of the starting grid. And the points, we all know, everybody knows that it's really early to talk about points if you're 3 races into the season. But after 2011, it's not early. It's never too early to be getting points in a championship. And we have a tie atop the point standings with two drivers, one of them being last year's most popular driver champion and last year's Rookie of the Year champion, that being Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So Earnhardt is starting inside the top 10, Stenhouse is starting outside the top 20. So Greg Biffle is 3rd in points, Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski are your top 5 in the standings. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola, Matt Kenseth, and Jamie McMurray are your top 10. And just want to point out, Casey Mears is right now sitting at 11th in points, which is a great point great point spot right now for the 13 Jermaine Racing. That is all for the pre-race news. Now we're going to sit down Jack Sadie, the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the drivers will fire up their engines, we will take you to the green flag when we come back to Las Vegas. Okay, we're about to go green. This time by as a pace car, the lights are out. That leaves the hands in of Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. The front row, Busch won here in 2009 alongside the 24. The pace car will hit pit lane, which will leave the fans on their feet. The Kobalt Tools 400, live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, is about to get underway. Here we go. Get set. We're racing from Vegas. As they head off into turn 1 for the first time today. Gordon with the lead. Truex now battles to the 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch for 2nd place. And there goes the 42 and the 3. Kyle Larson and Austin Dillon makes contact, and the 42 is spinning on the backstretch. Will that be the only wreck on lap 1? Hopefully, but can't guarantee nothing. And the 7, 56, 31 almost came together off turn 4, but it looks like they will be clean coming to the caution flag, but they gotta get slowed down enough to keep from running into each other. And they can keep from wrecking again. This looks like will be only just a 1-car incident, that being the 42 of Kyle Larson, who one of our rookies made contact with another rookie, Austin Dillon. He started 12th in that 42 car. So the caution is out. Jeff Gordon is the leader. Let's see what happened in the 42. Looks like they were actually four wide right here. Larson on the inside of Menard. And Menard and Allgaier made contact nearest Austin Dillon, who almost got turned, but for him he saved it. There's Kevin Harvick getting by Ryan Newman, Keselowski, and luckily for Larson, he was able to get it slow down and get it on the apron and cap it on the apron. We're talking about two of our rookies, Dillon and Larson. We had another one, the 51 of Justin Allgaier, and there were four wide. Brian Vickers, that's trying to, not far from making it five wide. Right there, Vickers. Like Menard tries to give Allgaier as much room as he can, but ends up coming down into Larson a little bit too much. And since the 42 head on up the track, and don't believe Harvick didn't make contact. No, he did not. So he done a really good job getting slowed down enough, and just a one-car spin with the 42 of Kyle Larson. So now let's take you back to live action, as Jeff Gordon will be a leader. I want to point out Joey Logano had some issues in qualifying. He started back in 38th spot after winning last week's race at Phoenix. That is why Logano is 41st. Larson will restart 42nd. And we are not going back green, so we're not going to start a running order just yet. Here we go. And it will be Jeff Gordon, the leader. Second will be Martin Truex, Clint Boyer third, Kyle Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in top 5. Casey Kane, Greg Biffle, Ryan Vickers, Jimmy Johnson, and Austin Dillon in top 10. Jamie McMurray, Denny Hamlin, Justin Allgaier, Paul Menard, Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, AJ Allmendinger, Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, and Kurt Busch, your top 20. Jeff Burton, Michael Annett, David Rudderman, Brad Keselowski, Ricky Stenhouse, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Cole Witt, Bobby Labonte, and Michael McDowell. David Reagan, Landon Castle, J.J. Yeley, Scott Riggs, Josh Wise, Casey Mears, Tony Raines, Joe Nemechek, Logano, and Larson. He has some issues with two drivers. They are both coming off pit road. The 9 of Marcus Ambrose and the 38 of David Gillen. They were not in a crash, but they did come down pit road, so maybe something could be going wrong with the 9 and the 38. Neither one is up to speed right now. They're slowing down. So also want to point out that Scott Riggs is making his first start of the season. As about to get the green flag, Jeff Gordon will be getting us back underway in lap 6 of 27, 21 to go from Vegas. First guy to make a move on the restart is the 18 of Kyle Busch. He looks to the inside of Clint Boyer. Now Casey Kane moves under his teammate Dale Jr. That would be the last spot in the top 5. McMurray on the inside of Austin Dillon. And we got trouble in the back. Josh Wise, Scott Riggs, and Joey Logano, Tony Raines. Second caution is out as everybody's able to drive back around. Landon Castle has damage. And there's the 98 of Josh Wise. Slow on the track. He missed the Daytona 500. Did not do well at Phoenix, and looks like it's not going to get any better for Team 98. As Jeff Gordon was able to win it to the line. Kyle Busch was able to pick up a spot. He's now in 3rd place. Let's go back and see what happened. Looks like the 33 Landon Castle got some good damage out of that. And 4 wide. It's like the same spot with Larson. Oh, look at that impact they took in this. Logano, nowhere to go. Wise, Riggs. Casey Mears on the inside, the only car in this 4-wide battle that did not get involved. But these 3 cars, not so lucky. Riggs and Wasco gets turned. Castle's able to drive away, and there's Tony Raines just tries to avoid him, and Riggs does take another impact into the 98. But just like the 98, Scott Riggs was able to drive away in that 32. Logano, after that big win, got his 4th career win last week at Phoenix. Ended up qualifying poorly and has put himself in the rear of the field, which could get him easily into a crash. There's a damage on the 98, the front end. Let's take you back to the green flag now, as he is now coming off pit road. Looks like we'll probably be restarting with about 17 laps remaining. Yes, we are. It'll be Jeff Gordon and Martin Truex, 2 Chevys, first and second. Kyle Busch and Clint Bowyer and Jimmy Johnson in top 5. Casey Kane, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Greg Biffle, and Austin Dillon with a damaged race car is still in 10th place. McMurray, Harvick, Almirola, Hamlin, Menard, Newman, Allgaier, Burton, Busch, and Stewart. That is your top 20. One driver is off the lead lap. That is the 98 of Josh Wise. He's 42nd, 1 lap down. How will he be an issue to our leaders? Some of our maneuvers so far, we've seen that 48 of Jimmy Johnson. He's now up to 5th place. Brian Vickers, he started 15th. He is 7th. And like we mentioned, Austin Dillon with a damaged race car has kept that 3 car inside the top 10, doing a great job. He is our highest rookie as of right now. As there goes the pace car back in the pit lane. Let's see if we can go a few laps under the green flag, as Jeff Gordon gets us back underway on lap 11 of 27. First victim of the 98 of Wise. Looks like it might be 41 of Kurt Busch. About the top 15 was able to drive around the 98 and Martin Truex right on the back bumper of the 24 Gordon. Can he make any move? Here he comes to the inside. Martin Truex, Jeff Gordon battling for the lead. Don't forget the 18 of Kyle Busch is right there. Casey Kane looks under his teammate Jimmy Johnson for 5th place, and that Kyle Busch making it 3 wide. Gordon will fall back to 3rd. Truex in the middle. Bowyer just trying to find a way around him, and Kyle Busch will take the lead. Homeboy looking for a 2nd win here at Las Vegas. Truex starting to rub doors with the 24. Gordon got a huge run in turn 3. And we are under caution. Ricky Stenhouse in the 17, tie for the points lead, has crashed. And he has crashed hard. And Eric Almirola, top 10 in points. He's the other car involved. 2 drivers having a great start to the season. Stenhouse was tied for 1st in points. Almirola was 8th. Could this been a 4-wide situation gone bad? Probably. Riding on board with the 17 of Stenhouse. Not sure if he's going to start here. And speed this up some. Oh no, it starts with a 43 of, oh man, it's going to be a hard rate for the 17. Nowhere to go. The 43 of Almirola was already turned around off turn 4. So he's going to get turned out of 31 of Ron Newman. And Newman looks like he just drives into the left rear corner pin on the 43 and turns him around. And oh, look at Jeff Burton get sideways. Look at Burton sideways on the front stretch. Makes some contact with the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And out there goes the 43 in the air. Wants to get T-boned by the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse. Luckily for both drivers, no others got involved. That would have been huge. if more cars got involved because they took some hard hits. Now we saw Kyle Larson and Josh Weiss drive away from their incidents, but Eric and Ricky's not going to be so lucky as they got severe damage and they are going to be done for the day. Look from our spectator view, Stenhouse is nowhere to go. He was riding behind his teammate Edwards in the 99. But that is what brought out our third caution today, and there's Kyle Busch. That happened when Busch was able to get lead away from Truex and Gordon. So let's take you back to the green flag as we'll have about maybe 10 laps remaining. Kyle Busch finished in the top 10, if I'm correct, in yesterday's race. He'll be followed by the 24 Jeff Gordon, Martin Truex, Clint Bowyer, and Casey Kane. Your top 5: Jimmy Johnson, Brian Vickers, Dale Jr. Kevin Harvick has now gotten inside the top 10. He is 9th, and Greg Biffle, your top 10. Followed by McMurray, Dillon, Menard, Newman, Denny Hamlin, who does have some damage on the left side of that FedEx Express Toyota. Allgaier, Kurt Busch, Burton, Keselowski, and Edwards, your top 20. Tony Stewart, Allmendinger, David Rittelman, Yelly, Annette, Mears, Kenseth, Witt, Reagan, and Bobby Labonte. Matt Kenseth not having a good day so far in that Toyota. Marcus Ambrose is 31st, McDowell, Gilliland, Larson, Logano, Nemechek, Castle, Raines, and Scott Riggs. Weiss is 1 lap down in 40th. The 2 guys out of the race are Eric Almirola and Ricky Stenhouse. So, we will have about, most likely around 11 laps remaining as we're about to get the green flag with Kyle Busch leading us to the drop of the green flag. And old Johnson, Jimmy Johnson getting holed up. And he's almost could have got ran into the 27 of Paul Menard. That's what I was looking at. I'm gonna have to watch that 98. There's Jeff Burton, Allgaier, Edwards getting holed up. August and Edwards are still getting holed up. Burton slides Weiss up the track. They're gonna be 4 wide coming off turn 4. Someone's got to lift. I believe the 98 got in the wall. Clint Bowyer, Brian Vickers. How about the 55? He's now up in 4th place. Casey Kane and Kevin Harvick battles for 5th. Junior dropped back. Johnson's dropped back. Moving up now is McMurray, Biffle, Vickers, Harvick. Falling back now is the 78 of Truex. And battling for the lead down the front stretch, Jeff Gordon on the inside. Underneath the 18 of Kyle Busch. And then we got 2 NWR Toyotas. That being Clint Bowyer and Brian Vickers. Now Bowyer looks at the inside of Busch. Casey Kane is 5th. Biffle, Harvick, McMurray, Truex, and Johnson. Now Bowyer looking at the inside of Jeff Gordon. Remember, these 2 guys have a little history together. Coming down, it'll be 8 to go from Las Vegas. Now Bowyer looks at the inside. He'll have the lead entering turn 1. Well, he had the lead coming off turn 2. Kyle Busch tucks in line in 3rd place. Vickers remaining 4th. And Harvick, it looks like the 48 is starting to make his way up through the field. He is having some fast lap times. Now Kyle Busch makes it back to the inside. Kyle Busch will retake the lead. We got trouble up ahead. That 93, Bobby Labonte, has crashed. We got more guys on pit road. We got Scott Riggs, Landon Castle. And looks like the 93 Labonte might have got some of the worst of it. There's the 93 of Bobby Labonte running a part-time schedule with BK Racing. There's Castle and Riggs, not so lucky as well. Labonte did not run last week's race at Phoenix. I believe his next race is supposed to be race 6 at Texas, so he will not be racing next week at Bristol or California. Actually, it's race 7. I believe Martinsville is race 6. If so, he will be racing in about another 3 races. Let's see what happened to put us back under the yellow flag. We did get a few green flag efforts or green flag laps. Looks like Labonte is going to get a little bit of help from the 95 on Michael McDowell coming off turn 4, kind of like Newman and Almirola. 93, Labonte is going to go around in the grass, comes up and up into Scott Riggs, and there's Landon Castle with just nowhere to go. Just like what happened with Almirola and Stenhouse. None of the three of them were having a good race. Labonte was running 34th. Scott Riggs was 38th, and Landon Castle was 39th. There's Labonte in the grass. Here's Scott Riggs. Nowhere to go. And Josh Wise, he does a nice miss on the 33 Landon Castle. Castle running a full year in the NASCAR Nationwide Series and will most likely run every race in the Cup Series except a few. Probably the ones with the conflicts with the Nationwide Series. We will not have a lot of laps remaining. We'll probably, the best we can get right now is 4. It could be 3. The best we can get right now is 3 laps. Yes, we will. We will have 3 laps remaining. This is how the top 15 will look like. The 18 of Cal Busch, your leader. Clint Bowyer, Jeff Gordon, Brian Vickers, and Casey Kane. That is your top 5. Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Greg Biffle, Jamie McMurray, and Dale Jr. your top 10. Martin Truex has faded back to 11th place on that green flag stretch. Ryan Newman is 12th. Kurt Busch 13th, and look who's up in the 14th. Matt Kenseth. About 2 cautions ago, we talked about why is he running 27th. Well, with those green flag laps, he's now up in the side of the top 15. Paul Menard is 15th. Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon is now fell back to 18th. Casey Mears and Jeff Burton completes the top 20. Carl Edwards 21st. Rookie Cole Witt is 22nd. Tony Stewart, Marcus Ambrose, and J.J. Yeley top 25. The 34 David Reagan came down pit road. He will restart in 36 in the 34 car. So we got Toyota, Chevy, Chevy. Then Chevy, Ford, Chevy. Can Bowyer get a good restart? Can Cal pull away? Here we go. Green flag is coming back out. 3 to go from Vegas. It's kind of a 3-car breakaway as of right now. Bowyer looks at the inside of Cal Busch. Off turn 2. Door to door as they come down the backstretch. Jeff Gordon right behind Clint Bowyer. Battle goes on for 4th place. Casey Kane, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Greg Biffle, Brian Vickers. Now Johnson makes it 3 wide. Now Gordon takes the lead. 2 to go. These 3 have been the class of the field so far. Kane in the 4th. The rest of the 5 have anything. Cal Busch goes up the track. Here comes Kane. Right on the back bumper. Jeff Gordon. Last one at Martinsville last year. Kane right on the left rear corner panel of the 18. Johnson right on the back bumper of the 5. They come down. They will see the white flag one more time around Las Vegas. And the caution is out once again. Michael Annett and Tony Raines have crashed. This is going to end the race. The 24 Jeff Gordon is going to grab the win. But 35 of Raines, the 7 of Michael Annett. 34, David Reagan. Oh, Tony Stewart was involved. Nemechek in the 87. Possibly Allgaier. Maybe Allmendinger. And oh, Ryan Newman. Newman in the 31 involved. This one took out a lot of guys. The highest number we saw was 3. That was Jeff Burton involved. And they were running inside. I mean, look at Kansas. He was already inside the top 10. About trying to get in the top 10. So like Truex might used to bump around the 31. Bounces into Kansas. There's Keselowski and the 31 is going to go around. Newman, there's some contact with the 78 and Jeff Burton. Oh, nowhere to go. And oh, the 31 goes upside down. Ryan Newman, he's been upside down before. We all know that. I'm sure that is not all. And there's something's already happened with the 34 David Reagan and the 14 Tony Stewart. Oh, right here, Annette and Stewart are going to get together. Stewart was having some sort of issue, and there's Michael Annette, the rookie. He's going to head on it, and he's going to go upside down as well. And tumbles down. Well, he doesn't tumble, but there's Nemechek, Reagan, Reigns. And Jeff Burton, his car was sent immediately to pit road. I did not see the 56 or the 31. Because we were looking at the 24, Jeff Gordon, who was able to get the lead and able to hold on Clint Bowyer. So that is what happened to bring out the caution flag. And that is ending the race. And that will put Jeff Gordon in victory lane. Seeing some guys ended up getting lapped down. I don't know how some of these guys got put a lap down. Only in the top 2, Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. I mean, not Kyle Busch, Clint Bowyer. Let's see the back end, like these guys, it's like might end up catching the field or something, but I see Kyle Busch is going to drive around the pace car. So does Casey Kane. A lot of guys drives around the pace car, but it's not going to help them at all. 24 car is the winner. We'll be celebrating in victory lane. Export the results. Here are the final results. Jeff Gordon, Clint Bowyer. We already went through the top 5. Kevin Harvick 6. Greg Biffle, Brian Vickers, Matt Kenseth, and how about Keselowski getting a top 10 in the 2 car? Menard, Jr., Edwards, Truex and Kurt Busch, McMurray, Dillon, Hamlin, Witt, and Logano. Casey Mears, Ambrose, Gilliland, Kyle Larson was able to come back to a 24th place finish. Rudderman 25th, Newman, Allmendinger, Yelly, Allgaier, and McDowell, the top 30. The Nemechek, Tony Stewart, David Reagan, Michael Annette. They were all able to drive around, but Jeff Burton was not able to, and he will be getting a DNF, not the way he wants to start out his career with MWR. Tony Raines and Josh Wise will finish 36th and 37th. Out of the race, not finishing, is Labonte, Riggs, Castle, Almirola, and Stenhouse. So that is all here at Las Vegas. Next up is the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and Nationwide Series at Bristol, Thunder Valley. So we'll see you next week. Here comes the celebration screen for the 24. Job to Hunger Chevrolet of Jeff Gordon.